Greetings, Alexander.
Greetings, programs.
It's time.
It's
Survivor.
time.
Pearl Islands.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna survive more Pearl
Yeah.
Islands tonight.
It's going to be
Um,
great.
yes.
Previously... Oh, I forgot to do this the past couple episodes. I always used to introduce, back in the Amazon at least, so I would say,
Yeah.
if you're new here, I've seen Survivor. I'm a huge Survivor fan. And I've been taking Alec on a journey, watching Survivor for the first time, chronologically from the first season.
A big Survivor noob.
Yeah, but he gets to see the game evolve, and we get to discuss it as we go. You can see the first 4 seasons we have reviews for, and then for Thailand and the Amazon, we've done reactions for every episode and discussed each episode individually, so we've gotten to get more in-depth with it. And we're going to continue to do so in Pearl Islands,
Yes.
which is great. I know the stuff that happens in it and the outcome, but I haven't seen the season technically myself, so still a lot of this is fresh to me. But I won't be speculating on much.
That's
So,
good. That's good.
All right.
We don't want you
Previously,
giving too much away.
previously in Survivor, Lil, the Scout Master herself,
Yes.
was voted out in one of the most exciting votes we've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a pretty dull tribal council. It was kind of a weird episode in general. Actually, I remember us saying
Well, we had there was a feud between John and Sandra.
John's an ass.
I can get loud too.
Yeah.
John's an ass.
Yeah.
It's nice. And I was saying, there's more conflict on the tribe that isn't going to tribal council than the one that
Yeah,
is.
which is funny.
Where they're just like,
They just kind of are.
no one's like, they weren't campaigning to stay or anything. They're just kind of like, okay, these are the options, and it's just kind of the discourse.
And they're just giving up and
It's
just
gonna be
accepting.
Lil, or who was the other option?
Dana, Dora,
Dara. Yeah.
Dara.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I couldn't read my own notes here. Yeah, we
Fair.
know basically. Well, here's the thing: we know basically nothing about her at
Mhm.
all. So,
We just knew immediately it was going to be one of them. That's just how
Yeah.
it is.
yep,
Nothing-
and they just accepted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a weird, like, open discourse in that tribe.
Yeah.
they keep losing challenges. Like, they had this episode, they also had Rupert facing off against Austin
Mm-hmm.
in that challenge, and Rupert defeats them again.
Yep.
He also defeated them in the boat fighting challenge as well. It was just
Yeah,
reward.
he's sinking their boat down like a beast.
And then Krista went and stole their pot, their big pan thing.
Yeah,
So they're just gonna keep getting pirated on if they don't win a challenge.
I know, it's brutal.
Those were all the highlights I had, like,
Yeah.
because once you got to the vote, it wasn't very exciting. I mean, and
Because Lil went and lost the hook. She went and lost their
that's true.
their last hook.
She should lose the hook.
Yeah.
Hopefully hopefully the scout troop was kind to her
Yeah.
about how she represented them with one button undone shamefully.
Yeah. It was horrible.
But we'll see what happens in this episode.
So
It's
there
got to
was.
get more exciting.
Well, they were talking about potentially Drake potentially purposely losing a challenge.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to see.
They're
that.
just getting
Have to see
bored
that.
over there. They're like, come
Yeah.
on, we got to get rid of these people.
Getting bored, and there's too many. They got to separate the wheat from the chaff, So
All right, so let's check it out. If you want to watch the reactions, the highlights of our reaction, you can click the link in the description and then come back for the discussion. It'll be great,
be great.
I'm sure.
It'll be fun.
All right, see you there. Okay, there you have it, episode 4 of Survivor Pearl Islands.
Okay. Yeah,
How are you feeling about that episode?
a lot of piracy, a lot of
Always
revelations, a lot of twists and turns. It was pretty fun, exciting episode of Survivor right there.
Yeah, Rupert. Maybe Rupert will be happy to see Burton gone.
Yeah, I would think so.
He made the mistake of coming up to him with a plan of throwing the competition, even though everybody else wanted a plan just with a different person getting voted out.
Yeah,
but he feels like Burton is the traitor.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the beginning, we had John was upset that the tribe wasn't doing enough work, so there was already conflict there.
Right.
But not much seemed to come of that. So
No.
maybe it'll keep brewing some dissension, but
There's just more interpersonal tensions on Drake.
we had the reward challenge for a sewing machine and some nice fabrics.
Yep. And so Drake handily won
because Austin couldn't swim.
Because Austin couldn't swim, and he didn't.
He went out there
and then
anyway.
and then what's her name went out there without goggles on, which wasted a lot of time too.
Tijuana, yeah.
Tijuana did, yeah. And I was like, why? What?
Austin in like the first episode said something about how he like avoids water or
yeah,
something.
he can't.
Like,
How he can't swim
that's
or
a
whatever.
big-
Yeah.
So I don't know why he was tasked to go out there. But-
Why he was like, I'm gonna go swim. It's like, what are you doing?
I guess he's good for a little bit, and then he starts to
Yeah.
panic. Well, and he's like, if
Yeah.
I get it quick enough, I'll get out of there.
maybe that was the logic, but but here we had Drake. They got the treasure. They got all 3 pieces of the treasure map.
Mm-hmm.
So they found it, but then it turns out CBS did a really bad job of preserving the actual materials inside. So
Yeah.
good job, guys. Good job.
Like, I guess they jarred everything appropriately, and
Yeah.
that was fine. But the blankets and the mosquito net and stuff were all like wet and really smelly, apparently. So
Yeah, and they rot some of the meat. I guess it rotted. They said the beef jerky they put out had rotted or something. And it was
Nice.
like, that's disgusting. Yeah, that's why
So
everything
pleasant.
smelled bad. Yeah.
it's a beautiful treasure you want to open up.
Yeah,
It's just
it
an
is.
awful smell. There's a corpse in there.
It's like a wet fart basically to open it up. Great, just great.
And then at this point is when Burton goes to Rupert, suggesting, "Hey, could we throw a challenge and maybe vote out some of these weaker people like Trish and Krista?"
Hmm.
So what was his idea? His idea was that they're the biggest threats on there.
Yeah, so if we throw the competition, we can guarantee that like we can get rid of the weaker people. We need it. Basically, we
Is it
need to
just
get
to
rid
lower
of
the number, like weaken the numbers of the weaker people.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That was how it seemed to have been presented to him.
I could see
And then-
that.
And then he was just like, okay, but he sort of pretended to kind of go along with it. And then he did sort of go along with it, but he was not happy about it.
But Rupert said, "No, he's a traitor. If he was, if this were real pirates, he would be dead already."
Yeah.
He's not like that. He's like Andrew on the other tribe, where he's all about the team.
Yeah, for sure.
And then but it's the same. He's the traitor, yet everybody else wants to throw a challenge and get rid of Burton.
Yeah, it was weird though. Yeah,
Why
because then
is that
they all got rid of Burton, which seems
I
strange
don't know
to
why
me.
that's different. Krista didn't seem to know that they were throwing the challenge. I don't know.
Well, no, Rupert didn't want to do it because he.
But then he said he would be fine with it, like
No,
he'll let them
he
do
said,
it.
yeah, he said I'm not going to participate in it, but if they want to do that, they can certainly do that.
Yeah. So that's
Because that was a keeping the team happy, because clearly somebody, everyone seemed to have been in this whole we got to throw a competition to separate the wheat from the chaff, and then it all ended up being a big ruse to get rid of Burton somehow. I'm not really sure.
I feel like it's not super clear on who was leading the charge on we should throw it to get rid of Burton,
Yeah.
because I think there were separate things.
Well,
like
I think the thing I got from it was that Burton approached Rupert and said, "I'm only telling you about this, but we're going to throw the challenge to get rid of Krista."
Mm-hmm.
When Rupert went back and said, "This is what they're doing," they're like, "Well, if we're going to throw, then let's just use that to our advantage and get rid of
Did they show-
John." We'll have to get. Well, yeah, they were talking about it, and they were like, "Hopefully, John will vote for us." That was the hopefully thing.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, "Yeah, hopefully you're not going to do anything about it." And they were like, "Hopefully, John will vote for us and go after Burton to get rid of Burton."
Yeah.
So they were going to flip. Basically, they were like, "Yeah, we'll do that, but we're going to flip the script on what they're trying to do." Basically.
So did they show? I don't remember. Did they show Rupert telling them that though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense then. So Burton, he got himself out, I guess. By
Yeah.
doing that.
I don't know. It was weird. I don't know why they decided to to go against him, and it seemed like John and Discount Ryan Reynolds. I can't remember who that his name.
Sean.
It seemed like they were in cahoots too. They were like, yeah, we'll get rid of Burton, because both of them voted for him in the end when they were showing the tally. So it seemed like it was only.
And Sean seems so broy with Burton this whole time.
He did, yeah. So it's interesting. Like we'll have to figure out the justification next episode.
I guess John just had more allegiance to the Krista side. Like that makes sense. So I don't know where Sean's coming from really. And, like, you don't get a full grasp on where everybody's coming from, but
yeah. But that's what the next episode's for. So
hopefully, yeah.
We'll have to stick around and hopefully figure that out.
So after this,
what everyone's game plan is.
We should say they did have the attack. It was the attack zone challenge, basically.
Right, that was the
actual terminology.
Challenge. Yeah.
Last time it was really annoying because it was like people kept getting caught on technicalities, where it's like you're not in the attack zone yet, which means you couldn't. and then so you got to go back.
Yeah, it was like what?
But this one was pretty cool.
Yeah, at least you didn't have Rob throttling somebody, to try to.
And then it's like a reaction shot of Jeff. Ooh.
Yeah.
But,
we also had Tijuana showing a little booty.
Yeah,
right?
showing a little booty. He had to comment on that.
Yeah, he had to comment.
Did he comment on Austin when his booty was hanging out? Austin showing all that booty. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he did. Didn't he?
No.
Dropping trout.
He commented once everybody whipped their dingalings out. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone whipping it out.
Okay, so Morgan won their first challenge after they had 6 or 7 challenges in a row.
He was 6 in a row, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Morgan, and it took this for them to win. Like, if Rupert was...
It took them throwing. It took them throwing the competition.
Burton, or who was the other one that sat out? Was it Burton?
Yeah, I think so.
If Rupert and Burton were in there, they probably would have won, huh?
Yeah.
If Rupert would just take them all on it, one at a time. Yeah, so that was fake news. Maybe they could have kept the streak going.
Fake. It was fake news. Yeah, so, I don't know what the streak. I don't want to know what the streak is because that'll spoil the future. But
right.
But
I mean their own streak. I'm saying
it's no. I get that. It's a very impressive display. So.
And it's like. If you're throwing a competition this late, like 4 votes in, it can't hurt him too much because not only do you still have Rupert when he comes back, who was the essential piece, but also it's like if you start losing, it's not like you're gonna start losing every challenge from that one person missing.
Yeah.
And it's like even if you do, you're pretty close, if they're gonna do some sort of swap or merge,
yeah,
that it can't be too far off at this point. So it's like the risk level is kind of low at this point. They have enough of a cushion to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got to steal Rupert for winning for that fake win. They got to steal Rupert.
Yeah, so they stole Rupert. So Rupert will be with Morgan for the next foreseeable future.
For the reward, they said just for the reward
challenge. Okay,
but
right.
From the preview, it looks like he's actually helping them, which seems treacherous. Seems treacherous, doesn't it, Rupert?
Yeah, but that's kind of what a nice guy.
And then ultimately, it showed a lot of John scheming really hard in multiple alliances. Called himself the puppet master.
Yeah, well drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was smashed when going to tribal council.
So we'll see I love
how Jeff being like, "Are you toasted?"
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just like, "So, Krista." I was like,
because you can never fully tell if it actually was the next question or if they just cut out some other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd like to imagine that's always a transition.
That's always the actual transition. Is he's just like, all right, and ignoring that.
He doesn't respond to it at all. He's just like, okay. So what did you think about the food you ate last night? That's cool. And then Burton's voted out ultimately.
Burton's out.
Sean himself voted Burton. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamics from here. Now that they've had some drama at least, so it's out there in the open.
Yep.
A bit of a. Did we see how many votes were for Krista?
I think it was two.
Just two? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Burton and who?
Burton and the girl that's on their alliance. I don't remember her name.
Michelle?
Michelle. Yes. There we go.
Oh, it was Michelle? Okay.
Yeah.
So she's just on the outs now.
Yeah, I guess.
That's cool.
That's why she looks so shocked.
Alright, yeah.
He was like... Yeah. All right. So we'll see you next time on another episode of Survivor on
Pearl
Tarqaron.
Islands.
Pearl Islands on...
What video would you recommend them to go watch after they watch this one?
You should go check out our review of Survivor Africa.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's technically not even on this channel, so...
It's not even on this channel, but you should go seek it out. I thought you put them all up on these channels.
On these channels?
Oh, yeah.
They're on my channel. It's
These
on
channels.
my channel, so there's a playlist.
The channels of which we...
There's a playlist on this channel that has all of our Survivor videos on it.
Yeah, so go check it out.
So watch our old Survivor Africa review in their Google Hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
It was a good time, though.
Yeah.
Talk about Lex and Big Tom.
Oh, Big Tom. Big Tom.
All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more. Every week, Pearl Islands, baby. It's going to be a fun ride. And
you know it.
Subscribe to our podcast feed. Survivor isn't on there yet, but hopefully in the future. Follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron, TWO. Hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.